What's going on, everybody? Swagged out, swagged out, and you already know why I'm here today. I'm going to talk to you about a beautiful rose fragrance, very different from most roses, just standalone kind of rose, and I loved it as soon as I smelled it. Taking my time to get around to doing this review, but definitely one that I've been wanting to do for a while. I think it's appropriate to knock it out today because we're getting into that climate, that weather where I feel like I'm gonna wear it more. Springtime, summertime, that time of the year where you do the brunches outdoors. You know, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you 6 mimosas in. If you're not, cool. Don't judge me if I do. But yeah, it kind of gives that mimosa rosé vibe when I smell it, amongst other things. And without further ado, the fragrance I'm talking to you today about is from George Zaharoff, and the fragrance is Signature Rosé. It has an accent in the word. It is not signature rose, although there is rose in here. Don't debate me about it. Ask George himself. It says it on the website. It says in parentheses, pronounced rosé. It's rosé. But there is rose in here, and this is kind of a rose dominant fragrance, so there is a little confusion, I'm sure, but it's Signature Rosé, and let's get into it. So this is your box you get. I usually throw out the boxes, as everybody knows, but I mean, look at that. Hey, and it matches kind of, that wasn't intentional. I did do red because of the red, but anyway, whatever. Foil here, red, black, you see the little rose. It's just, they make nice boxes, man. And so this slides out, the fragrance is inside, and then bang, 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 bang. Nope, doesn't fall out. I also enjoy that about it. It fits very snug inside of this box. Pull it out. Got that fragrance with that. I love this color, and the more I look at it, it definitely matches the shirt. And that juice inside. So that juice, it looks like rosé. Like if you drink rosé, it looks like rosé. Just the whole thing, it's vibe. It's vibing. It works on a couple of levels between the naming convention, the notes that are in it, the presentation. It all just works together. So in this fragrance, the notes are going to be on the top. You're going to get Turkish rose and Bulgarian rose. In the mid, you're going to get golden amber, jasmine from the south of France, and red peony from China. And in the base notes, you're going to get sandalwood, vanilla bean, oud, sugarcane, myrrh, and labdanum, otherwise known as frankincense. So I threw some over here earlier. You know, I like to have them offset between the opening and the mid when I do these. And this is just a dope fragrance. Let me tell you right now. Like, if you don't take anything else from this, it's just a dope fragrance. Yeah, so the first thing I get from this, which is, I'm guessing that's why he went with the name Rosé. I don't know this for a fact. It's just something I feel when I smell it. When it opens up, there is definitely a rose presence, obviously. But there's something effervescent, something aromatic, fizzy almost. Fizzy. I want to use fizzy. There's something fizzy that reminds me of popping open a bottle of rosé. That first glass you pour and it's overflowing with the foam and the fizz. I get that very lively, aromatic, kind of rosy, fruity almost kind of vibe here. It's very, very nice, very springtime appropriate kind of vibe here. Yeah, man, it's just nice. Hints of sweetness and quality rose, man. And just something fizzy, like again, like that rosé. And I'm guessing because there was rose and this was rose dominant and it had that fizzy opening, he went with the rosé name. I don't know that, but I feel like if I was in the room, I would have been like, hey, you might want to go rosé. We got the color, we got that fizziness in the opening. Yeah, so anyway, dope opening. That alone, I was loving from the first time I smelled it. But then you get to the mid, and you have, I'm not gonna say that it's overly sweet, but that golden amber, you know, just if we don't even have to get specific about what kind of, when you get that amber introduced into a fragrance, you're going to get those sweet notes that, you know, there's some vanilla in there, some other spices that, man, it just gives off this nice sweetness to it, adding to that rosy, kind of fruity opening, almost like a jammy kind of sweet rose with amber added, jasmine, red peony. Again, for me, the jasmine, the red peony, to my nose, I don't really identify that. There's just something to add to the overall composition. And then you get to the base. And you have that sandalwood that in this particular fragrance, it doesn't do what it usually does for me when I smell sandalwood in a fragrance, which is adds this creaminess to it. I don't get that here. In this fragrance, I don't get too much creaminess. I get a lot of fruity, sweet, rosy, and spice. Some very nice spice from the frankincense. There's oud in this fragrance, but if you're anti-oud, you're not going to be bothered by this at all. Like, if you smelled it and I didn't tell you there was oud, you probably wouldn't ask me. Maybe a little bit. There's a nice, at the base of it all, you're going to get those hints of a well-blended oud that goes very well with the frankincense and adds a dimension of not darkness, but it escalates the fragrance. At the end, the entire composition is a rosy, ambery, sweet, spicy fragrance that has aromatic touches to it, which make it very appropriate, even though you heard a lot of heavier notes in it, for the spring and the summer. Once fall comes back around, you're rocking it again. I don't know how it performs in winter, because even though I owned it during the winter, I leaned on heavier fragrances. But this is an amazing masterpiece of a fragrance. A lot of rose. It's called Rosé. It might look feminine when you look at it. The notes might make you feel that this is an old lady fragrance. This is not your mom's rose perfume, ladies and gentlemen. This is a twist on rose that, oh man, yeah, you're gonna love this. I loved it. If you are somebody who's watched enough of my videos and you feel at this point like, when he says I'm gonna like it, I am gonna like it, you're gonna like this. If you're not confident in my opinions, then maybe don't go blind by him. But I'll tell you right now that Joe from Unaverage Joe, he has his own YouTube page. You can go check him out. And he's on Instagram as well. He does 100 different things these days. He's all over the place doing all types of videos, from cooking, perfume, singing, you name it. He does it. He recommended this to me. And I was like, all right, this guy's talking this fragrance up. There's a lot of other fragrances he owns, but he's always rocking this one. Let me try it out. Finally, I did, and I do not regret it. I love everything from the presentation of the box, of the bottle, the color of the juice, the way it performs, the way it transitions. This is just an amazing, amazing rose fragrance. It does so much more than just be a rose fragrance. That's all I have. You know, straight to the point. Amazing fragrance. George, you know, you did. If you watched this, you did your thing. If not, let him know I thought so. That's all I have. Again, like I said, if you watched this far in the video, thank you very much for watching. If you have something else to add that I left out, feel free to leave it in the comment. Let me know I messed up. It's cool. I read them. If you like the video and you've got something out of this, if you feel this might be your next purchase, go ahead, put a like in there. Let me know. Because, you know, as you've heard from a lot of reviewers already, it helps the algorithm, whatever that means. But they let more people watch it after that. And lastly, if you are not subscribed to the channel, why not? You already here, you watching, you listening to what I got to say. I have a whole lot of other fragrances to review, and the next one I review might be the one you've been waiting to hear about. That's all I have, folks. Thank you very much. It's Fragged Out, Swagged Out, and I'm out.